Hi, welcome to episode number 2. This one I'm drawing Creepella Gruesome, star of Flintstones episode from season 5, episode 9, entitled The Gruesomes. I'm drawing her at 13 seconds, 21 seconds, and 30 seconds, and I think I'm going to stop there because I think I'll have had enough. The idea of this kind of thing is that I love Hanna-Barbera. They're like the famous, infamous, notorious, renowned for their economy, using the torso and then independent feet and hands. But like you draw one arm and that's both arms. You just flip it. Feet the same. One walk cycle, you use it for the entire length of the series. My problem is, I think about that, and then I spend all day tinkering around with it. I'm not really beginning to appreciate the puppet After Effects style of things. And I think that this digital sketch pad, that is the iPad Pro 11-inch, you got Procreate. Right now I'm using Adobe Fresco, and I just love that it's like paper. It feels right to me. There's a screen protector on it. I got the Apple Pencil 2. I just draw and draw every day. So now I'm trying to learn some animation basics, and I need to take a step back from making puppets, which is super detailed. You draw fingernail beds, different tonal lines of the fingernail, cuticles, knuckle hair, knuckle wrinkles, fingerprints, just tons of details. I need to step back, and Hanna-Barbera has some sweet simplicity. So I picked one of my favorite of their characters, a joy to behold, Miss Gruesome. Sweet. I knew a girl that looked like this in college. Well, she wasn't as friendly. I've already drawn 13 seconds and 21 seconds poses. I'm starting on 30 seconds right now. I think about blocking it out first. Start at big shapes, the curved angles, relationship between shapes. Spine stuff. I think about, every time I draw stuff, I always think about everything I ever heard about drawing. So it's like stuff from my fine art, so to speak, drawing teacher, dab. Then there's stuff that you read on John Kay's blog. Then stuff you picked up in more contemporaries, from more contemporary sources like podcasts. I don't even remember. I listened to so much stuff about all that. They talk about the silhouette. A good character, if you study them, they always have a good silhouette. And I say, you know what, that's right. Just look at The Simpsons. I said The Simpsons. I'm looking at the Flintstones. I meant to say the Flintstones. But it's true across everything. The Simpsons. Even The Simpsons are so iconic. Just to get their color palettes and dots next to each other, people can identify it. It's pretty cool. I'm having a real rough time with this 30 seconds Creepella. I should just focus a little bit. Got feet like the Pink Panther, just ellipses, like a paddle foot ellipse. And it's wonderful. It works, and it adds just a taste of variety. It's that whatever, is it just out of necessity they're trying to get it done, but they allow strange little things like that to get through, or is it on purpose? want your stuff to look like it, you gotta make it yourself on purpose. But I'm not trying to look like it. I just want to learn a quick technique, learn it myself, learn to do it myself. Every time I've drawn this Creepella Gruesome, this is my third time. I'm getting a little burned out, but it's still, I can tell I'm faster at it. It's a little bit easier pose. I'm taking some liberties, like I want to change her knees. So it looks like asparagus and then on the series page. Some changes, you know, I could just say like, oh yeah, well I meant to do that, but some changes are just because my perspective, my proportions are off. And sometimes you get so deep, it's like, what in the world? And before, you know, pencil, when I was in college, that meant like, all right, well, scrap it, you're not sleeping tonight after all. But now, I can just use the selection tool, select the mouth, rescale the mouth, like you'll see I did on the, if you pay attention real quick, for it's 21 seconds, I absolutely grab the mouth and move it around, shrink it down, and then reconnect it. And it looks beautiful. But there was a time not too long ago where that would have meant all that effort was for naught. I love this stuff. At first I started drawing on the iPad with Fresco, straight with vector, and I felt like, oh, you know, I had that old feeling of like bit restriction and wanting to do like economy of line. Then you start sketching with the bitmap pencil and you're like, holy moly, this is like graphite. It even looks like it. But you know, it's better. I'm a weird bird. I like to not be all dirty, spend money on things. It's great, you know, very sterile, very free once the initial purchase. And I do more erasing than drawing. That's what I'm noticing my process to be. I use it, put out like a wide line and whittle away at it. So like in every aspect I use the general to specific method of drawing. Large general shapes, adding details, taking away things, selecting things nowadays, using the transform tool to move it, stretch it. Like for both 13 and 21, I resized, I stretched, I selected just the legs on 21 and stretched those and then widened them. What a glorious freedom. You know, it allows you to be more creative because you have more time, because when you're done, you can continuously work on something. There's never a too far point. Even if you save it and you lose your undos, even if that happens, you can just, you know, scribble it out. Start another layer, trace over it, trace better. So leave your comments for, like, if you have a request to watch someone draw something, I'll draw your requests. If you have any comments or suggestions about this, if you like what I'm doing, just write anything in the comments. So far I'm getting a lot of good feedback on if I want to see what sexy teens are on mine. Thank you guys for leaving those handy addresses 7 or 8 times a day. Can barely keep up. Great to hear from you. These legs they're far too voluptuous. I think I'm gonna let it go. That's my style. But like that goes back to, it's just way more detail than any of the original dudes would make. But I guess it's cool now because it's only my third time trying this. You do less every time, you get faster. I'm definitely faster, but I'm still doing just as much. I think I added a crazy lot of like witch finger detail. It looks like the Grinch's hands on the 21. I dig it, but it's not practical. You can't draw hands like that 24 times a second. You can't draw hands like the hands that are in my two previous examples. Oh, the legs I just drew for 30, it looks like the bill. Yeah, I'm just a bill. You know that song? Yeah, I know the tune. I wanted to switch it up so I didn't have to worry about paying anybody, getting hassled by the man. This Creepella, she sure is it. She's a very hippie. I wonder if they're old-fashioned, you know, the Flintstones and their ilk of this era. It's the original run that I'm getting the inspiration from, so I wonder if she might even be wearing some sort of whalebone corsetry, because they're even old-fashioned and weird for prehistoric times of the 1950s. So it wouldn't be too crazy to think that maybe sweet Creepella is wearing a corset. That's the only reason that she's got such a wasp waist. She's quite wasp-waisted. Wasp waist. Waist knot, wasp knot. And then the scratchier the better with this thing, because then you just get to use your eraser. And it's like working on lino tiles for a print. If you look at it that way, you could definitely just fill a hole there. I'm starting to use the lasso selection tool more because I'm getting a more confident hand after all. Just the basic busy good times exercises I've been putting myself through for that bubble and everything. It's not for nothing on account of, wow, my line quality is back. Oop, there goes the timer. What was I cooking? Delicious surprise. What's that smell? Ah, it's rice. Rice is nice. And it's the right price. I'll be back. Oh my goodness. So here I am back. That rice was delicious. I finished sketching up the rest of Creepella Gruesome number 3 at the 30-second mark of episode 9. Watching, was it Society, hosted by Joe Bob Briggs on Shudder. It's spectacular. Anyway, I finished drawing, the red layer, the sketch pencil layer. I'm ready to ink her. What was I talking about before? Developing a skill to draw things faster, and I see it. It's paid off hugely just on my third version of Creepella. Drawn so much faster. I'm very pleased with myself. It's helping me to think about hands. Because my brain, I get in trouble with interpreting things instead of seeing things. Like my brain is like, hey, that's a hand. Here's what a hand looks like. But like it doesn't actually know. Sadly, it doesn't know. And it's obvious, like for most people, you sit down and you try to draw a hand, you don't know what a hand looks like. Sucker. Well, I'm going to use this selection tool one last time and move down everything, like the top of the nose and the hairline. Really cool idea. Alright. Selection tool is so great for little adjustments, things I would have just busted today. Stuff in the past. Yep, shifting the whole nose, making the bangs longer. It's perfect. It makes this part perfect. I'm very happy. Because why not? It's not cheating any more than using a pencil or your eyes is cheating when drawing things. You gotta use the tools that are available to you. Like, beautiful, man, beautiful. I just dig drawing. It's very cathartic for me. I think it can be for you. And it's true. I'm not the best drawer, but this is how to become a great drawer and a spectacular animator. You just do it. You do it and you do it. And if you follow along with me, so to speak, and do these things, you'll become a great animator too. And I wish you all the luck in the world. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Contribute to my Patreon. Follow some links. You could do that. You could also, sharing these videos is hugely valuable. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Please hit like. Please leave comments about things you liked, things you want to see. We'll get there. We'll do that. All right. I love you. Good night.